Live. I'm here with Michael Cipriano, President and co-founder of Millennia Group. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
So you have, obviously the name of the game here at the conference is people giving us solutions to increase efficiencies, to enable us to do things we couldn't do before. Things are automated now, things are using machine learning now, and things are leveraging all the data that we have to make things easier. How are you doing that at Millennia Group?
Yeah, well, the workflow that we have built into our Filestar document management solution is all about efficiency and automation.
Yeah.
It's not artificial intelligence. Somebody has to be intelligent enough to program that in. But it's all about taking information and decision-making processes and automating that, making sure it's routed to the right person automatically, not relying on email or literally a file folder walking around the office. It gets there automatically in a timely fashion. It pings somebody to remind them that, hey, you have something that you need to do. Then it tracks all that statistically so you can understand where your shortcomings are.
There's so many solutions out there. I mean, literally, as we look around the floor, why not use a SharePoint, Office 365, or anything else? What makes us have to use Filestar?
Well, I think what makes you have to use Filestar is a combination of a variety of different things. Certainly, stacking up against SharePoint, there's cost. That's probably the #1 issue. It's not a free application, SharePoint. It's exceedingly expensive to build, especially when you're trying to build it out to all the functionality that Filestar has. Filestar's been around for 14 years. Commercial real estate use is the primary use, so there's a lot of feedback built into that. A lot of user feedback has gone into it. The features and functionality is there. So that's one of the things within SharePoint is cost. The functionality is the second thing. Security, which is very important today, right? I mean, as much as efficiency is a hot topic, your security is a hot topic.
Right.
And the ability to configure Filestar to have the proper security so that, #1, your data is safe, but #2, that it's open enough to allow you to have your vendors be part of your workflow. That's efficient. Have your investors be part of a workflow or part of that process.
How did you find the right mix between openness and security?
Well, that's a great question. Again, I think that goes back to our user base. A lot of feedback from thousands of users.
Sure.
But it comes down to people need access to the documents. They need access to the information, so you can't really shut them off. Filestar was built from the cloud or for the cloud from day one.
Right.
It's never been behind the firewall. So from day one, we've had to build that security and be cognizant of the fact that outside access is available, but it became an advantage. Outside access is actually necessary for most real estate companies to operate efficiently. Everybody's using CB Richard Ellis, JLL, right? Even though I own the property, I need those vendors as part of my process.
Right.
We enable that.
Filestar allows you to incorporate all of them in your process.
Absolutely.
What are some of the other advantages?
So I think one of the things is service, right? So it is a SaaS model, software as a service. Millennia Group, which is the company that developed Filestar, we provide an unbelievable level of service. We're there. We're very supportive. We can be a minimal behind-the-scenes support service for some companies. Some companies prefer to keep a very thin IT staff, so our service is very critical to them. Configuring the solution, helping build the workflows, help desk, even down to the point where we're still a very service-oriented company with document scanning, data entry. We're a document management services and software company, so wherever you need us, we're your partner to get that done so that at the end of the day, people need to get access to documents. They want a place to go to find the final version. That's us. That's Filestar. And Millennia Group enables that too.
And you've been around for 20 years.
20 years we've been at this show.
That's right. You've been here too.
Yes. And the company's been around for 21 years. And,
really?
And we were at the very first show, and we've been here every year, and I couldn't be more thankful.
What is it that you love about what you at Millennia Group do and what you get to do with Filestar?
I would have to say I think it is helping companies realize that they have access to their assets, access to their documentation, and they appreciate the level of service that we provide. We're very frequently labeled as their favorite vendor, their most supportive vendor, and I'm very proud of that.
What's the secret to that? How do you manage to deliver that level of service?
Well, I think we've always wanted to, so we kept a staff. We keep a staff that's dedicated to that.
The same core of
same
people?
Core staff. I think, you know, if I consider myself a leader, I'm the co-founder, so I would hope I'm in that role, right? We try to make sure that that is our process, our program, right? Always do what the customer wants, do it right the first time. That's really part of what we are. It's part of our DNA. Our staff follows that same thing, and our clients love it.
Could you give us a little peek into the future of some of the features and things that Filestar will be offering? Where are you nudging things?
Yeah, so I think we're nudging into having some more accessibility to Filestar. We're building out a Windows Explorer view of Filestar. So Filestar is, you know, a cloud-based, so people are used to accessing it through their browser on their phone, tablet. But a lot of users are still very comfortable in the Windows Explorer file folder view, file folder mechanism. So we've built out a version of Filestar that can be, you know, accessed through Windows Explorer, where you're just dragging and dropping. It has all the same controls and security built in. It's incredibly useful. So that's one area. We've just implemented digital signatures with DocuSign integrated into the workflow, so you can send out a copy of a lease agreement and have it executed and have it route back all through the workflow, which is phenomenal.
Yes.
We will be integrating with Office 365. I mean, SharePoint's not going to go away. I would say every one of our customers uses SharePoint in some fashion.
Sure.
So Filestar is built to really play nicely alongside of it. Their tool is doing one thing really well. Our tool is doing something else really well. So that'll be coming, a better integration with that as well.
Terrific. Any final thoughts as we begin to wrap up both here at Conference Live and our segment?
Well, yeah, no, again, we're happy to be here. I think we're really proud of how Filestar has been received from our customers. We're looking forward to continuing to grow. Real estate is such a dynamic industry that change is always happening, and we're trying to just change with it, making sure we stay on top of it.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Michael
Jerry.
Cipriano, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Michael Cipriano, president and co-founder of Millennia Group, telling us a little bit about Filestar and where they're heading.